Hi, I'm Lindsay, and the book I'm reading is called Peter Pan. Mr. and Mrs. Darling lived on a quiet street in London with their children, Wendy, Michael, and John. Evening night, Wendy told her brothers about stories about a magical boy named Peter Pan and about Neverland, the island where he lived. But Mr. Darling did not like her stories. He thought his daughters was too old to believe in Neverland. Finally, one day he said, "Young lady, this is your last night in the nursery." That was not nice. I don't like him. And look, there's Michael, John, Nana. Look at the dog. He doesn't look too happy. And look at John. It's like he's wearing a nightgown. Who would put a boy in a nightgown?
They used to in the old days all the time.
And there's Wendy sitting over there. That night Later that night, after Mr. and Mrs. Darling had left for the evening, Peter Pan and his fairy friend Tinkerbell appeared. They were looking for Peter's lost shadow. Tinkerbell soon found the shadow, but the boy needed someone to reattach it. Wendy had woken up and offered to help. As she sewed, she told Peter it was her last night in the nursery. "No, I won't have it," Peter exclaimed. He didn't want her to grow up. "Come on, to Neverland." Wendy agreed as long as Michael and John could go. And so with the help of some pixie dust from Tinkerbell, Peter Pan taught him how to fly. Oh! That's when he locked Nana out of the house, and there's Michael. Oh, look, he brought his teddy bear. Why would he bring his teddy bear?
The same reason you bring Leah everywhere.
Back in Neverland, Captain Hook was looking for Peter Pan just then a pirate yelled, "Peter Pan ahoy!" You see, there's a big smoke. It looked like a bomb.
They shot out the cannon.
Captain Hook spied Peter Pan and the Darling children sitting on a cloud overhead. "We'll get him this time," Captain Hook cried. "Man the long cannon!" In the sky, the children were admiring the view of Neverland. Suddenly, a cannonball shot through the clouds. "Quick, Tink, take Wendy and the boys to the island. I'll stay here and draw Hook's fire." Tinkerbell and the children quickly flew to Peter Pan's hideout. Not after long, Peter joined them and offered to take Wendy to Mermaid Lagoon, while John and Michael explored the jungle with Peter's lost boys. See, there they are in the clouds, and Peter Pan and Michael looks like a baby there. Peter and Wendy just reached the lagoon when they caught sight of Captain Hook and his first mate, Mr. Smee. The pirates had taken Tiger Lily, the Indian chief's daughter, prisoner. You see, there's Peter Pan and the mermaids. They're hiding. And look over here there. There's Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Can you zoom farther? I can't see. And look, there's Tiger Lily. Peter followed Captain Hook to Skull Island, and now, my dear princess, you will tell me where the hiding place of Peter Pan, and I'll set you free, Captain Hook said, but Tiger Lily refused. So Mr. Smee set her on a rock in the water, waiting for the tide to rise. Just then, Peter jumped out from another rock and began to fight Captain Hook. When they reached the cliff, Peter Pan jumped and Captain Hook tumbled down into the water. Peter quickly rescued Tiger Lily. See, there's Hook and Peter fighting.
And look at the water rising up to Tiger Lily's head.
And Captain Hook looks a bit creepy looking, does he? He's intense. While Peter brought Tiger Lily home, Mr. Smee captured Tinkerbell. "Beg your pardon, Miss Bell, but Captain Hook would like to talk with you." Captain Hook told Tinkerbell that he was going to sail away from He offered to kidnap Wendy and take her with them if Tinkerbell would tell them the location of Peter's hideout. Tinkerbell liked Captain Hook's plan, for Peter seemed to have forgotten about her since Wendy had arrived and happily marked the spot on the map. You see, there's Hook. He does have a creepy eye. Look at his eye. Can we zoom in? That's creepy. And see, there's Tinkerbell with ink on her shoes.
And why do you think Tinkerbell gave up Peter Pan's position? Was she a little jealous of
Wendy?
Wendy?
Yes.
Yeah. Jealousy doesn't look good on anybody, does it?
Inside Peter's hideout, Wendy told the boy that she thought it was time to go home, angry that she wanted to leave Peter. Peter turned his back on the girl when Wendy and the other children climbed out of the hideout. Captain Hook and his pirates were waiting for them. They captured the children and tied them up, and then Captain Hook pulled out a gift-wrapped package with a tag that read "From Wendy" inside the bomb. It was a bomb, and Captain lowered the gift into Peter's hideout and left. Peter does look a little bit grumpy.
Well, maybe he's upset that Wendy wants to leave. What do you think?
Yeah, but in the movie, Wendy had a different hairstyle.
Oh, that's okay.
And Tinkerbell hadn't known that Captain Hook was going to harm Peter. When she realized the truth, she sped towards Peter's hideout and grabbed the bomb away from Peter before it could explode on board the pirate ship. Captain Hook gave the children a choice: become pirates or walk the plank. Refusing to be a pirate, Wendy said goodbye to the boys and bravely walked out onto the plank. She stepped off the edge and disappeared. The pirates listened for a splash, but there wasn't one.
Uh-oh. Why is that?
And look at excuse me, my arm. And look at the boys. How did they feel? Shocked. And look at that anchor. He's a creepy looking pirate like Hook is. And Peter had arrived and caught Wendy. This time you have gone too far, he yelled. He placed Wendy on the deck, and he and Hook began to duel. As they battled, Tinkerbell freed the lost boys who fought the pirate crew. At last, Peter and the boys sent every last pirate, including Captain Hook, aboard, and Peter took command of the ship. We're casting off, he said. Where are we sailing? To London, Peter said. As Tinkerbell sprayed pixie dust all over the ship, it rose into the air. Look at Peter and the others. And John is joining the fight. And look at Michael. Which one is John and Michael? I think John's the older one. There's Michael over there. And look at the Jolly Roger. At last the ship reached the Darlings' home. The Darling children climbed through the nursery window and waved goodbye to Peter and the lost boys. Wendy knew that she was ready to grow up, but she also knew that no matter how old she gotten, she would never forget her amazing adventures with Peter Pan. See, there's the Jolly Roger. I think Wendy is the oldest, is she?
Yes.
And most importantly, thanks to my mom.